Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Sober Scoop. My name is India Gantz. I'm your host, and today we're going to be talking about alone time. I am moving into a new apartment. Woohoo! I'm so excited. I am going to be living alone, and being alone is the time that I used to love drinking the most because every filter was off. It was like I could finally just be the problematic drinker that I was without judgment. Because for me, my biggest fear was somebody discovering my drinking problem. And so I was like masking all day long, pretending to not have an alcohol problem. And I was pretending from my work. I was pretending from my boyfriend. I was pretending from my friends. So it was like a constant mental game, and it was exhausting, to be honest. And so when I was alone at home, I would love it because I could just drink in the way that I wanted to. Like, I didn't have to lie and hide and only drink a certain amount because everyone around me is only drinking a certain amount. All bets were off, and I could just be who I was in my problematic way. And I think I do love alone time in sobriety and as a drinker. I have always been someone who values time to myself. But I think that I lived alone so much, and it was like so important to me to live alone and not move in with boyfriends and things like that so that I could have my space to just be how I was. And now this will be kind of my first place as a sober person where I'm all by myself, because I've been living with my family since I moved states. I moved back to my hometown. I've been staying with them, and now I'm moving into my own spot. And it's just going to be different because I am living alone again, and I'm really excited for that. I love being independent. I love having my space. I love doing my own thing. But I'm not having my own space so that I can drink in excess and have my problem with alcohol just in full swing when I'm alone. I don't have alcohol anymore. I don't want alcohol anymore. And I'm still going to enjoy my alone time and enjoy living alone, just without alcohol. So I just wanted to make another episode about being alone. I think the last episode I did on this was called Loneliness and Alcohol, or Drinking Alone. Oh my God, that's what it was. Drinking Alone. If you haven't listened to that episode, definitely go back and give it a listen. But today we're going to dive into that a little bit deeper and talk about some other things as I'm preparing for this new move. So let's get into today's episode. Welcome to the Sober Scoop. This is a judgment-free zone where we talk about how to get sober and stay sober. You're not alone. I hope you feel seen. Quitting alcohol is the best decision I've ever made. All right, so like I said, I'm moving into a new place and I'm getting so excited. Like, I'm buying furniture. I'm starting to box up the few belongings that I have. As you probably know, I moved out of my Los Angeles place and like literally sold everything that I had accumulated over the years. I got rid of it all. I basically had a virtual garage sale where I like listed some things on Facebook Marketplace, and then when people would come to pick up an item, I would say, take a look around. You can have anything else that's here. So that's what I did to get rid of all of my stuff. And I packed up my small little sedan and drove from California to Washington State. And so I have like no belongings, but I've been starting to shop and get prepared for this new move. I'm really so excited because I kind of consider myself to have two jobs. I have my regular job that I just got, by the way, super exciting. I work in social media for a marketing firm, and that's my job. That takes up the majority of my time, but I run a podcast. I run 2 different TikTok pages of my own. I run 2 different Instagram accounts of my own. Actually, 3, because I also have a page dedicated to my golf, and I get partnerships from golf brands through there. So I'm a little bit all over the place, and it kind of feels like I'm sometimes working 2 or 3 jobs or something. And so, one reason that I'm really excited to move into this new place by myself is to have like less distractions and just be able to really dive into my work. I'm kind of trying to grind right now so that I can develop the life that I want to have down the road. And I'm working on these businesses so that one day maybe these businesses like the podcast and just the sobriety platform as a whole, maybe that could be my career, pipe dream, but it would be amazing. And so I'm excited to live alone, to just focus on that stuff and have more time to myself, more time to just dive in and not be judged by other people for working until 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. on my projects. Sometimes I'm in bed at midnight editing podcasts. So, I'm just excited to be able to work my regular job and then also work on all this amazing sobriety content, and then also all the other pages that I manage, like the golf stuff and whatever else. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm also excited to just have a little bit more quiet time. I haven't watched TV in so long because I've just been so busy, and I haven't you're just a different person when you're on your own. You branch out a little bit more. You talk to the people who live in your building. You join leagues, sports leagues, or groups with your various hobbies and things like that. You just branch out when you don't have so many people at your disposal right there in your home. I'm living with 3 other people right now, my family. Bless their hearts for having me this whole time. But yeah, there's just people around all the time. And so I haven't hung out with friends or something. I don't really have that many friends right now, but hopefully one day I will. But I'm not trying to make friends. I'm not dating. I'm not doing a Tuesday night volleyball league or anything. I just really haven't branched out because I have my comfort people right here in this house. So I'm excited to put myself out there a little bit more. I'm on the other side of things. I'm excited to just spend time with myself a little bit more, read or watch TV. Oh my God. With all that I have going on right now, it doesn't seem like there's time for that. But when you live alone, you do have a little bit more time to yourself. You can say, no thanks, I don't want to do this. No thanks, I can't do this. And have a whole evening to work on your side projects and relax and be productive and do whatever you want to do. It's just time that's all for you. And that's what I'm also really looking forward to. Lots of exciting things. If you've been following the podcast for a while, you know that I love adaptogen drinks. I have talked about them in so many different episodes, and that's because they literally got me through the beginning of my sobriety. I still enjoy them to this day because they taste amazing and they're nice and relaxing on maybe an extra stressful day or a day where I'm struggling to get to sleep. But anyway, in the very beginning of my sobriety, they were essential to my success, I believe. Because as somebody who has experienced some ADHD symptoms, and I also used to use alcohol to relax in the evenings, when I took that away, I was so hyperactive, so restless, I had literally no chill. And so adaptogen drinks definitely helped me in the evenings to just relax. And if you didn't already know, adaptogen drinks are designed to help cope with stress and promote overall well-being. They're not THC, they're not alcohol. They are natural substances like reishi, ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil, magnesium. So many of them have incredible ingredients that promote the body's function and also help you relax. And I've talked about Recess a lot, but another one of my favorites is Moment. And theirs are so delicious. If you haven't tried them, you need to. The flavors that I recommend are the mint lychee, or the lychee mint, I think it's called, and the plum ginseng. Those are the 2 best ones, in my opinion. And those are in one of their variety packs. You can check out all their different options at drinkmoment.com. And I also have a discount code for you guys. You can get 15% off with code SCOOP, SCOOP, at drinkmoment.com. If you don't drink alcohol, but you still like to have fun with your beverages, then you need to try out thezeroproof.com. This is an online non-alcoholic drinks marketplace. They have NA wines, mocktails, they have adaptogen drinks, which you guys know I love. They have everything. And I love to go to their site when I know that I'm going to be attending a party or hosting a party or celebrating something. Just the other day, I was celebrating with my family because I got a new job recently, and my mom whipped out the sparkling non-alcoholic rosé, and we poured it into champagne flutes, and we did a cheers, and it felt like a celebration. And sometimes when we've always turned to things like alcohol, champagne to celebrate things, it's nice to have something special like that, just without the booze. So check out thezeroproof.com. That's thezeroproof.com. And make sure to use code SCOOP for a discount. SCOOP is your code for 10% off at thezeroproof.com. It's so funny that I'm valuing my alone time so much differently as a sober person. Before, I needed to be alone to be able to satisfy my alcohol needs and desires. I needed to be alone to drink in my problematic way. And now I'm so excited to live alone basically so that I can be productive and become a better human being and connect with like-minded people and develop a sense of community. And the times where I'm alone at home and quote unquote bored, I really don't get bored these days because there's so much to do and so much I want to accomplish. So boredom really isn't a thing. And that's why alone time is so awesome, because I can just dive into all these different things that I want to be doing. Learning and growing and becoming better and being productive, not to mention freaking chores around the house. Gosh, sometimes between your regular work, your side projects, working out, cooking meals, your hobbies, your family, your friends, it's how is there time for it all? And then, doing the dishes, doing laundry. Sheesh. It's a lot to pack in, but I literally wouldn't want it any other way. And I am excited to live alone so that I can have days that are dedicated to just getting shiz done, man. I just want to have the time to do all that so that when I do put myself out there, I can be the best person that I can be and not be distracted by all these other things. I dedicate actual time to accomplishing my goals so that I can, on the days that I'm being social, be social and be present. Alone time is really, really important to me. And it's just so funny that alone time is still important to me like it used to be when I was a heavy drinker, but now just for completely different reasons. And that's what I'm so excited to experience. So make sure to follow along on social media. I'm going to be sharing all the new apartment decor and how I'm decorating. I already got a pink couch, so that's a great start. It's going to be girly and fun and colorful, and I can't wait to share with you guys. So I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you for the next episode on Tuesday. Bye.